we don't need roads.
Hi, guys. I love this movie. Trust me, you guys are worth waiting for. I appreciate you taking the time.
No, of course. How's Chi-Town?
We miss you. We love you. You guys got to come back through. We can't keep meeting like this. I'm going to jump into this because I really do love this movie. Obviously, there are some moments in this film that are incredibly tense with screaming and crying and fighting that obviously a lot of us are thinking about what happens when you guys hear cut. And I do want to know that, but I also want to know as actors, because you hear about actors sometimes that stay in it in between takes and sometimes actors don't. I'd love to know at what point each of your careers did you decide if you were going to be the kind of actor that stayed in those intense moments or the kind of actor that just totally broke whenever you called cut?
We break.
Yeah. I knew from the very
break,
beginning
yeah.
that I was just going to jump in and out of my characters.
Mhm.
I had a mentor when I was younger tell me that it wouldn't be healthy to bring characters home, especially because I was drawn to darker, more emotionally complicated characters.
Yeah. That's a nice piece of advice.
Mhm.
I agree. I think that every actor is different. Everybody has a different process. I think that acting is an act of imagination. And so you create that character and you can believe it, but you've imagined it, but your intellect is operating at the same time. So know that, even though you're imagining all this stuff, you also see the camera, you see the crew, you hear the sounds around you. You have to be aware of it. That's actually part of it. You need to be aware of all the technical aspects as well.
I heard a quote one time that someone said, why do actors only become like stay in character whenever they're playing terrible people? Like, why aren't they staying in character when they're like really nice, funny people? Which I thought was a really great point.
That's a good point. I like that.
Very true.
Yeah.
Guys, the way I wish you could have heard me scream the word fuck whenever the movie cut to black, because I just wanted to know, okay, what happens next? What conversation is had? What's going to happen with these characters? And I'd love to know if you guys ever think about, wonder about what happens with your characters when you're done playing them. And of all the characters you've played, which one do you sort of wonder about what ended up happening to them?
I don't. No.
Because they're not real.
Yeah. And I also like having a beginning, middle, end.
Absolutely.
And you kind of like tie it up, put it away.
That's right.
And they only exist in that.
That's what narrative's about, honestly. I think that's why we love movies and we love books and we love stories, because in narrative, we do have a beginning and middle and an end. In life, we don't. We don't know what's going to happen in someone's life until they die. And then you can kind of tell the story. But we have these wonderful exercises where we can tie it up like that. And that's what I love about narrative, actually.
So what you're saying is Echo Valley Part 2 coming to Apple TV next year, so I can get some disclosure that I need. There are a lot of moments in this movie that really did leave me wondering, what would I do in any given situation? And I am sort of curious as actors how valuable that question is for you. What would you do in a given situation? And is there a role in your career that's kind of most made you sort of wonder that?
I think, so much of my work is based on the script, is really based on that kind of storytelling. And sometimes reflecting on what I would do is not necessarily helpful. It can be, sometimes something can feel like something's not right or it doesn't feel human or something. And in that sense, my experience will matter. I think that my experience as a parent certainly informed this movie, because I know what it means to love and care for someone. But I think sometimes people without children would know that too, So I don't know. I really, really try to invest in that imaginary circumstance. That's the thing that works best for me.
Yeah, I mean, that's what makes acting so much fun.
Yeah.
And we get to challenge ourselves in new ways because we are playing characters that aren't ourselves. Like I wouldn't want to play a character that is exactly like me or shares traits like me, because then I'm not pushing myself to be an artist and explore different versions of people and characters and learning different things. So I try my hardest to not put myself in any of my characters.
I appreciate that. I have 1,000 more questions for you guys. I always tell people, like, I do junkets every day. You can't always tell people you love their movies. Sometimes you just go, hey, that got made. That's a film. But I love this movie. I love you. You guys always make my job easy because you choose amazing parts and amazing films, and you always make time for me in your schedules, and I really do appreciate you.
Thank you.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.